Hey St. Louis, Shalene Houston here with STL TV, and I'm here at Ballpark Village for the third annual Who's Who Diversity and Color Awards reception. Stay tuned, we're going to find out who's being awarded this evening and just have a conversation with them. So come on.
So we have a brief program this evening. Let me just introduce myself. Like Keith said, I'm a mother, I'm a radio and television host. You can hear me practically 7 days a week on iHeartRadio. I'm your PM Drive personality on Hallelujah 1600 and the host and producer of what is now called iHeart Communities, formerly Sunday Morning Live. I own a positive production, media production company, and it is my great pleasure to bring positive programming to audiences across 192 countries with over 10 million downloads. So basically, to sum that up, I just love talking about what's great going on in our communities and sharing it with people so they know what's available and what's good going on all around us. So we want to thank Who's Who Diversity and Color for expanding the brand to include people of all color. Now, I just love color. This evening is dedicated to the phenomenal people of St. Louis. Coming to the podium next will be Theron Morgan, filling in for Jim Watry, Chief Operating Officer of Ballpark Village. Our host sponsor for tonight's event, to give our official welcome, please give a warm welcome and round of applause for Theron, please.
It's been a great event. I rose my hand when she said, has everybody been here for 3 years? I have. I've been here for 3 years because I work here. One of the things is why. And what an honor. We have our new mayor here. I didn't know that she was going to show up. And I don't know if I was supposed to introduce her. I'm not introducing her, but thank you for coming out to Ballpark Village. We really appreciate that. I'm going to be very brief. Just wanted you guys and every lot of ladies to know a few things that are going on with Ballpark Village. For many of you, you know that we have a new development, Phase 2, that's going to be starting hopefully at the end of this fall after the Cardinals are in the World Series and win it for the 12th time. And so we're going to be breaking ground over here on the west side of Ballpark Village, and also on the east side and then the west side over here. We're going to have a 29-story residential apartment tower. Somebody's phone going off. A Class A office building that will include street level and retail restaurants and a signature 2-story retail marketplace and entertainment venue. So I'm excited about it. It's going to, just of course enhance what we have already here in St. Louis and to, hopefully draw more visitors down here and bring more residents downtown. So that should be really great when we get that project started. And just a couple more things. As you came in, as you registered, we have our first District Rhythm concert here tonight. I'm not trying to sell our District Rhythm concert, but we do have, it's Morris Day and the time will be here next Friday. We have 2 tickets for everybody who is attending tonight. So please make sure you you stop by. If you want to purchase some tickets, stlballparkvillage.com. But no, we have 2 tickets for everybody. Please make sure you take advantage of it. And again, welcome, and I'm glad everybody's here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Theron. Everybody, for the record, it's Theron, all right? Theron, for your generosity and commitment to diversity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to bring forward the very first female mayor of the city of St. Louis. Please put your hands together and welcome the Honorable Lyda Crewson.
Good evening. Don't you love her lipstick? Yeah, that is awesome. Love it, love it. Well, thank you all so much for having me here tonight. It's really an honor for you to include me. And I want to congratulate Who's Who in Diversity and Color for the celebration and for your latest edition. Congratulations to publisher Erica Willis, the one with right there, on another beautiful publication, and congratulations to all of the honorees. I mean, so many honorees here tonight and so deserving. You know, when I was invited to speak here tonight, I thought about what diversity truly means. You know, we talk a lot about diversity in this region and diversity in the workplace, but a lot of times those are just terms that we throw around. It's not enough just to hire people who are black or brown or young or old or rich or poor or gay or straight. True diversity is where people of all different backgrounds, races, religions have a real seat at the table and a voice in the decisions that are made inside our schools, inside our companies, and inside city government. So diversity is what makes us stronger. At least real diversity makes us stronger. You know, I've lived a pretty full life. I got married when I was a kid, a teenager. I went to night school. I became an accountant. I raised 2 kids. At least I think they're raised. They are still on my cell phone plan, so I'm not sure about that. I see the people in the audience who think that's funny. They're a little older. Became an alderman, and then, of course, I ran for mayor. But, you know, my own experiences are just my own. And I would not be an effective leader if I made decisions just based on my own experiences. So, of course, I want to be as informed as possible. I want people around me to challenge me and to challenge my assumptions. I want people to offer me their different perspective on each and every issue. That's the power of diversity, if we really use diversity. We make better decisions by being with people of different backgrounds, working on new ideas or working on solving old problems. You know, I've been the mayor for exactly 30 days today. So that's not that long. And I know that if you're watching the news or reading the newspaper, you know that there's been a lot going on. On my first day, the police chief, Sam Dotson, retired. And so we are underway for a search for a new chief. It'll take a while because we're going to include a lot of community. We're going to include a lot of people in that decision and that process because we want to make sure that we hire a chief who is capable of representing all of the people of St. Louis. In addition to the police chief, you've probably seen that we've been working on a higher minimum wage. We've begun exploring the possibility of, or the idea of, privatizing our airport. And we're working actually today and yesterday and the day before to remove the Confederate monument from Forest Park. We'll have that figured out pretty soon. It is kind of a big deal. It's 32 feet high and it weighs, I don't know, 50 or 60 tons, they tell me. So, but we're going to figure that out. So those are just a few of the things that we've been working on. I just want to close by saying that I'm really so honored to be here this evening. Each and every one of you for making St. Louis a better place to live. Thank you for your involvement. Thank you for your participation. And thank you for being engaged in our city. And once again, just a final thank you to Who's Who in Diversity and Color, to Erica Willis, and of course to all of the honorees. Thank you so much for including me tonight.
Let's keep it going a little bit for Mayor Cruzen. Our first female mayor of the city of St. Louis. It takes something. That takes something. Thank you, Mayor Cruzen. Thank you. So it is also my pleasure to bring forward the president of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen, Louis Reed. Come on up, sir.
Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Tell you what, I am excited to be here for a number of different reasons. My kids grew up with the Willises. So I was the guy that fed the kids pizza and soda and candy all night long, and then they went home and told on me, right? So I've had an opportunity to get to know Erica and Keith from a much different vantage point as parents and as role models for other kids and people to follow. And that is so important to us as a city, and I don't think we should undercut or just look past the importance of good, strong role models. So I look across the audience tonight and I think about all of the awardees tonight, the people that are going to be recognized for doing what you've done to come to this point tonight and being good role models for other kids and people across the city to see and recognize and look and say, you know what, I can be that too. And as a father of 4 with 2 daughters, I am so proud of Who's Who in Diversity and Color and Erica Willis, because she's a woman that's a publisher, so that my daughters can look and say, guess what, I can be a publisher also. Diversity is what makes America great. Diversity is what will make St. Louis great. And how we embrace it in all of its shapes and forms and fashions. And that expression is what's going to make people want to come to St. Louis and call St. Louis home. It's how we embrace that diversity, and it's how we use it to our strength. And when we look at what they've done with Who's Who in diversity and color, they've begun to change the dialogue to say, guess what, we're all on the same plane. We all have something to offer in every shape and color. All of us together, we're going to be stronger St. Louisans, and we're going to be a stronger America. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
And thank you again, President Alderman Reed. We would also like to have all of our elected officials and appointed officials to stand so we can acknowledge you as well. Come on, let us acknowledge you. Thank you. We want to thank you for your service to our region. So we have, if you have last year's book and you're like me, it's got a little dog-eared, because even though we get them fresh and crisp once a year, I refer to it often and throughout the year. This next organization that we'll be introducing represents the very essence of what we're trying to do with the publication, but on a regular basis throughout the community. It's called the Mosaic Project, and I'm happy to be able to introduce a phenomenal woman who is a real stand for diversity and inclusion and impact in our community, Betsy Cohen.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. I am Betsy Cohen, the Executive Director of the St. Louis Mosaic Project, which is part of the World Trade Center of St. Louis and the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership. This is my 3rd year being on the host committee, and one of the things I want to mention is that these books are very important. Last year, Mosaic bought 25 or 30, and we're giving them to all the Mosaic Ambassador schools we work with. So as was just said, they can be a showcase for role models of who you are in the community, so that young people can look and see your example and move forward, which is so important. I also want to mention that the goal of the Mosaic Project is to increase our population through diversity. And that's about people here and then how we attract and retain others. We have a steering committee meeting every other month, and we were so proud this past week when Mayor Cruson came and spoke at our St. Louis Mosaic Project steering committee, because again, it showed her interest in what we are going to do to grow as a city and as a full region. I have the privilege of thanking several people as part of what this evening is all about. The chair of the event for this year is not here at the moment, but you all know Adrienne Bracy, the executive director of the YWCA of Metropolitan St. Louis. I want to tell you who our other committee members are for the host committee, and we meet, and we're part of the group that often is involved in recommending a many-layered list of names that others recommend as well and nominate, but it all comes down to who gets selected. Helen Lee, founding partner, principal of Tao and Lee Associates; Wale Sulid from Commerce Bank; Colonel Jaime Torres; Akif Kogo from the Bosnian Chamber of Commerce; S. Ray Clay, United Way of St. Louis. Also, our sponsors Our global sponsors, Ballpark Village, we heard from in Monsanto, and Melissa is up here. Regional sponsors, UPS, St. Louis Cardinals, Anheuser-Busch, Wells Fargo Advisors. Our local sponsors, Commerce Bank, Emerson Electric, Ameren, Grace Hill Settlement House, Lodging Hospitality Management, LHM. And then we have several higher education sponsors tonight, Harris Stowe State University, St. Louis University School of Professional Studies, and Washington University, and I see Mr. Dedrick Carter is being recognized today, which is really wonderful. And then thank you to our media partners tonight, Black Pages, iHeartMedia, Red Latina, St. Louis American, STL TV. We have 3 banking partners tonight, Commerce Bank, Carrollton Bank, Midland States Bank, and several healthcare partners, Children's Hospital, SSM Healthcare. All of these you'll also be able to reflect on and thank the people that you meet that are on the monitors around the room, and when you meet some of the people that are here, thank them for being sponsors. Thank you very much, and congratulations to many of tonight's honorees.
Thank you, Betsy. If you all have not heard about the St. Louis Mosaic Project, please look into it. They're doing tremendous work. And I don't know, do you know who's sitting next to you? And hopefully there's someone within a 360-degree radius that you don't, and you make a connection this evening. We're talking about all this impact and recognition, but right here in this room is some tremendous effectiveness in the areas that we most need. And there's a connection, you may be one connection away of achieving our ultimate goal of seeing full out inclusion and diversity in our workplaces, in our play places, and definitely visibly in every area that we have effect and impact. So it's great to make sure that you may know somebody next to you, but look, just take a quick look around, say hi. There we go. Yeah. Well, I just realized how many people I was waving to, and I'm thinking if I could do that, right? So can you. There we go. We'll come out of our box a little bit. A woman that I'm pleased to have met her acquaintance and am very excited to bring to the stage is Miss Melissa Harper, Global Talent Acquisition and Diversity Vice President for Monsanto, with her remarks. Come on up, Melissa.
Good evening. Congratulations to Erica and Keith Willis and the entire village that's behind Who's Who on this 3rd release. I'm proud to have been part of all 3 years and to see the evolution from before to now. You know, inclusion takes action, and you can't achieve it by standing still, and Erica has demonstrated that. At Monsanto, we know that the commitment to inclusion and diversity is not only the right thing to do, but it's the only way that you're going to achieve the world societal challenges that are before all of us. You know, we use the word intentional when we talk about what does it take to really achieve inclusion and diversity. You have to be intentional in your actions. So thank you, Erica, for being intentional to recognizing the great talent year over year that is right here in our own backyard. Thank you.
Thank you again, Melissa. So we would also like to welcome Helen Lee, the founding principal of Tao and Lee Associates and the 2017 host committee member. Come on up.
I'd like to thank Erica and Keith for including us in their first catalog as one of the first honorees. So it was very special. And it's really special to be here again and to introduce our next guest, Amrit Gill. He's president of Restoration St. Louis. He was born in Janlahar, India, completed his undergraduate studies in St. Stephen's College in Delhi. He came here in 1988 to WashU University to pursue a degree in, or to pursue a master's in business administration. So he and his wife are, have many businesses in St. Louis, and started in 1995 with opening their first minority certified contracting company, A&A Contracting, which renovates properties and provides construction management services on larger projects. So since 2001, Emirates had operated Restoration St. Louis, Inc., which specialized in historic real estate development, taking tax credits and, and bringing back these historic buildings to life. So he has developed over 200 historic properties in St. Louis and Davenport, Iowa. It's amazing. And his investment has totaled $350 million. So these investments are in neighborhoods that he has a passion of revitalizing, like Midtown St. Louis, The Grove, Davenport, Iowa. So his success with neighborhoods has translated into job creation, increase in property values, and economic growth. In 2010, he opened his first hotel in Davenport, Iowa. And with that, a management company called Innkeeper Hospitality Service. This company now has 3 hotels and employs 400 people. It's amazing. So please join me in welcoming Amit Gill, the 2017 Forward Writer for the 3rd edition of Who's Who, Diversity in Color.
Thank you. I'm very acutely aware at this moment that the instructions given to a forward speaker are pretty much the same as those given to a forward writer, which Erica gave me when she asked me to write the forward. Say something good and useful about the book and keep it very, very short. I plan to take her advice. The book whose launching we honor is important to St. Louis, in a metropolis of several million people divided by rivers, political jurisdictions, prejudices, and fragmented information sources. Having an authoritative place to find like-minded thought and business leaders is invaluable. This volume of Who's Who in Diversity is like LinkedIn and Thumbtack and Avo and Uber, but for diversity. It's an honor to be included in it, and an even greater honor to be with all of you tonight. Thank you so much, Erica. If writing the forward gives me any authority at all, I use it right now to urge you to buy as many copies of this book and give them to your friends and colleagues who make decisions. It's a resource that they should consult often. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrit. And what an honor to learn more about you in your introduction. And we would certainly appreciate your participation in the 3rd edition. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the person who made this platform possible. See, with a platform we all can stand on, and she made it possible by creating this opportunity and has done a fabulous job. It is my pleasure to introduce and bring to the stage, if we could just give her the biggest round of applause, Erica Willis, publisher of Who's Who, Diversity in Color. Way to go, girl! Way to go!
Whoa, geez. You guys are gonna scare me away. Amrit, I'll have your check for you a little later, okay? Good evening. This is always, not the speaking part, but standing up here and looking out and seeing the true spectrum of success, that was the goal. I know that living here now for going on 18 years, 18 or 19, and growing up in California, I just knew that St. Louis just does not tell its full story as it should, because we are a very, very diverse city. And we really like each other. If you listen to the news, you may hear something different, but each year I have the pleasure of meeting some wonderful, phenomenal individuals that literally are every shade and every race that's on this earth. And I'm just so blessed to be able to encounter all of you. And even for my white brothers and sisters, I want to give kudos to you, because you get it. You jump in and you help out because you see the need, and that's part of diversity as well. So thank you all so very much. I want to thank my sponsors, because truly I do not have the paycheck to write a check to the publishers, the manufacturers to do this book, so that means we're a team. So Tom Huff, I'm not going to let you go. You realize that, right? But no, to all of our partners, our many, many partners in all of the different industries, we thank you so much. We thank you for your vision of diversity and recognizing how important diversity is to all of us and how it will help our city grow and hopefully help our nation. I would like for St. Louis to be the test city. What is St. Louis doing different? How can we be more like St. Louis? Because I think we have it going on, and we get it, and we can do it. So I want to, for all of you, for this moment, to give yourselves a round of applause. I have to give a special thank you to Ballpark Village. Every year that we come back, it's almost like coming back home. They treat us with such love and affection. And Amanda Edelin, if you are in the room, I just want to tell you that you rock. She sent me an email and said, hey, by the way, Erica, we have concert tickets to give out to your guests. I'm like, oh my God, you're going to make me a superstar. Thank you. And I want to also thank my internal team. We have added on some different individuals. I see my layout designer, Brad Glotfelty. This man is a creative genius, and so I cannot take all of the credit, because without his creativity, he makes that book pop. Oh my goodness. So Brad, thank you. Kudos to you. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my business partner, as well as who's also my husband, Keith Antone Willis Sr. Now, I've had to fire him a couple of times, but I think we're on the right track. We're on the right track, honey. I'm so proud of you. He gets emails from management, so. But yes, to all of our executive editors and assistant editors, Tamara Allen, Brittany Davison, our photographer, unfortunately this evening, the photographer who took all of the beautiful pictures of all of the honorees, his mother suffered a heart attack, so please keep her in your prayers. And he was not able to make it, but we have, of course, one of the best St. Louis photographers that stepped in with no hesitation, and that's Mr. Maurice Meredith, wherever he is. Thank you, Maurice. Thank you so much. And so, again, last and of course not least, I want to thank all of the individuals that we honored in the book, because without you, we would have no reason to do this. And I would like to encourage you to share your inspiration with someone, because you just never know whose life you may touch. And we have to let our young people know that it's not how you start, it's where you land that counts. So thank you and good night. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, forgive me. The writers, Danny Boyd and Robin Boyce. Mwah, mwah. They were awesome. I know the honorees got a chance to meet them, but we just ended up with a really, really good team. So please charge that to my head and not my heart. And so next, we want to bring out, are there representatives from both Jatana and the Black Rep here? Yes. Please come up to the podium, please. Each year, we focus 2 awards to celebrate 2 organizations that make a great impact in our city, either through the arts or whatever. But these are people who we need the arts, and I hope that that never ever goes away, and we can never let it go away. We must continue to fight for that. And so we honor both Jitana Inc. and the Black Repertory Theater of St. Louis this evening.
I want to say thank you so very much for this beautiful and awesome award and recognizing the Black Rep. This is our 40th year anniversary, and yeah. So on behalf of Ron Himes, the producer and director, I want to say thank you so very much. Our last production is Crossing Over, one that he wrote himself, and it's a musical, and it starts on May 24th, and we're at Harris Stowe Emerson Performance Center. So if you want to come out and just have a fantastic time, you'll want to come and see it. But thank you so much for this fantastic award.
Thank you so much, Who's Who, for this wonderful award for Jitana Productions, Inc. Jitana is an awesome organization that I've been a member of, and I've sat on the board for about 10 years now. We do some awesome, awesome things when it comes to diversity and bringing people of color together around a table through the arts. We have an excellent production coming up pretty soon. Go to our website and find out some of the great things that we have going on. I have an awful lot of fun with this organization, and again, I want to thank you all so much for this honor.
Thank you both. Now, I would like to call back up to the podium our forward and introduction writers. I promise I won't make you talk. Just come, but please come back to the podium.
So since they were already here, there's no need for me to call them up. They have gotten their picture. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Wale Sholuade, who is the Corporate and Inclusion Diversity Manager of Commerce Bank, to introduce and acknowledge the 2017 Who's Who Diversity in Color 3rd Edition honorees.
Yeah. It's always fun having to sort of coach people through the pronunciation of my name. I was born in Nigeria, so every once in a while I'll throw my full name out there and people just go, So I am very, very honored to be here this evening introducing some of our awardees tonight, some of whom I've worked very closely with. I love you ladies. In the inclusion and diversity space in St. Louis. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with Dr. Celeste Player. Dr. Player knew at an early age,
They don't know what to do.
Oh.
As he
That'd be helpful, huh?
As he calls each individual, if you would step up and come and walk around to the podium, okay? Thank you.
All right, so Dr. Player knew at an early age that she wanted to work and make a difference in healthcare. Raised by a single mother who was a nurse, Player was exposed to math, science, and leadership skills that influenced her career choice. Combined with her interest in medicine, this led her to pursue a career in pharmacy and ultimately led her to her current role as Vice President of Strategy and Transformation at Express Scripts. Dr. Celeste Player. Up next, we have Dedrick Carter. Dedrick Carter, a small-town boy from Clinton, South Carolina, always dared to ask the question why, and loved digging for the deeper answers on how he could fix an object or situation. With that curiosity for life and motivating challenges growing up, Carter worked his way into MIT to study engineering and computer science. Using his childhood curiosities and principles for learning led him to his current position as the Vice Chancellor for Operations and Technology Transfer at Washington University. Dedrick Carter. Emily Brady Kopler has been interested in fashion for as long as she can remember. When her parents got her a sewing machine at the age of 10, Kopler questioned them about what she was going to do with it. Her mother and father, supporting the gifts they saw in their daughter, helped her to realize that she could begin to make the clothing that she had been drawing. After graduating from Boston University, Kopler decided to move to the East Coast to attend Parsons School of Design in New York City. She received her fashion degree there, worked for other design houses, and later decided to move back to St. Louis to open her own company, Y Ming. Emily Brady Kopler.
She couldn't be here tonight. She is stuck in New York. So anyways, I'll be accepting the award for her, and I am wearing one of her dresses. And pockets.
And pockets. You can never have too many pockets. All right. Fan Tigling grew up in mainland China. Seeking out new connections and taking risks led her to a successful career as a Big Four tax partner in a new country. Today, Tilking is a role model for those who work with her. While attending university in China, where she majored in biology, Tilking received an unexpected sponsorship offer from an American tourist whom she met at a Halloween party in her hometown, Kunming. Despite never having left China before, she moved to the United States and went to college in California, ultimately deciding to major in accounting. Today, Tilking is a partner with the professional services firm Ernst & Young LLP in St. Louis, Missouri. Fan Tilking. Gwen Mizell. If you can't tell, there's people that I know, and it just makes me all nice and warm and bubbly to see them get recognized. So with the opportunity to influence a company that services over 2 million customers and almost 9,000 employees in Missouri and Illinois, Gwen Mizell views being able to work with groups on her job and in the community as a means to bridge gaps and build pipelines to help leadership at Ameren understand their social responsibility to powering the region in the 21st century. Gwen Mizell. Up next, we have Javier Orozco, a trained theologian with a background in intercultural leadership and higher education. F. Javier Orozco says his family was enriched by his parents, who instilled in him a love of self, family, culture, and community. A skilled bridge builder of people, institutions, and community, Orozco says the life preparations he received from family led him to the work he does today as the Executive Director of Intercultural and Interreligious Affairs for the Archdiocese of St. Louis. Javier Orozco. Misty Shellner Bennett is the Regional Human Resources Director for the Four Seasons Hotel in St. Louis. In her role, she oversees talent management, talent development, and benefits. She is also a champion of employee engagement to assure that the hotel's 350-plus employees get the most from their positions and the hotel gets the most from its team. In addition, Shellner Bennett has oversight of 7 Four Seasons properties located in Chicago, Austin, Houston, Seattle, Vegas, and 2 properties under development in New Orleans and Philadelphia. Misty Shellner. I don't know about you guys, but the Four Seasons is one of my favorite hotels. Just throwing that out there. You know. When you have a platform, as they say. All right. Pamela Kelly. Pamela has always aspired for a career in the business world. As a little girl, she carried a notepad and crayons in her purse. I knew I was going to be a businesswoman, she said. That aspiration would lead her to various opportunities which allowed her to gain professional experience serving others in college and would gradually translate to a magnificent career that has brought her to Dot Foods, where she is currently the Director of Talent and Inclusion. Pamela Kelly. Sandra Cornejo. Many believe that in order to achieve success, one must have a perfectly planned life that includes attending a top university and finding financial success in a corporate career immediately after. But Sandra Cornejo believes that happiness and passion are the true measures of success. Cornejo elected to join the military after high school and has gone on to achieve remarkable achievements that have served as an inspiration to others along the way, including serving as the first sergeant in the United States Air National Guard and being an outstanding model of a true community member in her neighborhood. Sandra Cornejo. Okay, so I almost feel like I want to give a special shout out to this person because this is one of my favorite ladies in St. Louis, and she might be right up there with my wife, who is not here, so I can say that. I'm just kidding. Sharon Harvey Davis. Sharon Harvey Davis has built a legacy in St. Louis of creating and implementing diversity through various positions that she's held throughout her career. She is responsible for starting the diversity initiative at Ameren and has had the opportunity to witness it grow into an award-winning program during her 15 years with the company. Starting out as a diversity manager, Harvey Davis transitioned into diversity director before arriving in her current position of vice president of diversity and inclusion, which she has held for the last 5 years. One of my inspirations in what I do, Sharon Harvey Davis. Next, we have Tina Say. Woo! I was just going with it. I thought it was kind of cool. St. Louis is home to a number of phenomenal businesswomen of all backgrounds, and Carrollton Bank Vice President of Commercial Banking, Tina Say, is among that group. Say works actively with the St. Louis Asian community to bridge gaps in culture and language within the banking industry, and she has been awarded for her outstanding work. Tina Say. Felicia Shaw. There are many marketing efforts around the city that push the agenda of keeping St. Louis's top talent here to help further development. What could be added to that message is an invitation for those who left the city to return home, which is the case for the executive director of the Regional Arts Commission of St. Louis. Felicia Shaw. Shaw relocated to San Diego. I was trying to make sure you were paying attention. I'm glad to see you're with me. All right. Shaw relocated to San Diego, California soon after she completed college and has recently returned to after a successful career on the West Coast to bring her innovative work in the arts back to her home city of St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, Felicia Shaw. Mercedes Collado. Since arriving in the United States in 2001, Mercedes Collado has become an excellent resource for the Latino population in the East St. Louis region. Her primary occupation is program manager for the Southern Illinois Healthcare Foundation, where she has been working with special populations for nearly 10 years. Mercedes Collado. You got it? 'Cause I don't want you to be in trouble after, so we can, You can get up, get your angles right, all of that. All right. And wrapping up our awardees tonight, we have Antonio and Kervin Dewitt Boyd. Antonio and Kervin Dewitt Boyd have made names for themselves at one of the nation's premier dance companies and have brought their gifts to St. Louis as dance instructors. 2 years ago, they joined COCA, the Center for Creative Arts, as co-artistic directors of the dance department, where they train dancers of various ages in ballet, modern and jazz styles, as well as aid in the growth of dance in St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, Antonio and Kervin Dewitt Boyd. All right, and with that, I will turn it back over to our wonderful presenter. You guys have been an absolute delight tonight.
Man, I can't wait to see this edition. How many of you are ready for the moment we've been waiting for, right? I just ask that we have a little decorum when they say, okay, you can get your book, that we don't throw any elbows, you know, and be kind if you'd like an autograph or two. I mean, these truly are collectibles. Erica and Amrit and Melissa, if you all will come. Yeah. All right, on 3. Let's say it together, everybody. 1, 2, 3. This is the new cover. We'll place it over there where you can take a picture with it. All right. And all of you honorees, that's so funny. It's like telephone, what if I said, all of the monkeys did what? So we'll see if I get this right. All of the honorees, we'd like a group picture with Erica in front of the banner as well, and everybody else, let's get our shots in. If you haven't already, we would love for you to share this moment with anyone who is not here by posting a picture we all have devices, but use the hashtag WWDIC to share that and really shout out what we're here for, what we're standing for, and what we're very proud of with the new edition of Who's Who Diversity in Color. So on behalf of the publisher and family and everyone who made this possible, we just want to thank you for attending this book release and reception, and the networking and fun is just getting started. All right, move the chairs, let's go. We have more of the enjoyable music from Rhoda G after the program, and now it's time to get your copies of the book.
Erica Willis, so thank you for stopping and having time to talk with me this evening, and we're here for another Who's Who in Diversity. Congratulations. How does it feel?
It feels awesome. I'm just walking on cloud 9 right now. You know, you prepare for something for a whole year, and when it comes, it's almost like Christmas. So I'm excited.
Right, and it looks like it's off to a great start already. So for those watching who may not know about Who's Who in Diversity, can you explain to us what that's about?
Yes, Who's Who Diversity in Color is a publication that celebrates and documents the achievements of all people of color. So it is literally a spectrum of success.
And what inspired you to get this started?
Well, you know, growing up in California, and I grew up around all kinds of people, you know, I know that St. Louis is very diverse, but we don't do a very good job at telling our story. And so we wanted to do something where we could bring everyone together, have everyone celebrate each other, and just showcase St. Louis, the best of St. Louis.
Mayor Lyda Cruz, congratulations first off. You have achieved something great. You're the first female mayor of the city of St. Louis. So how does that feel?
It's great. It feels fun. You know, it's really an honor to represent all of us girls and all of the people of the city of St. Louis. So thank you so much. And you know you have my favorite cameraman here.
All right, so shout out to Joe Brown. That's our favorite cameraman. All right, and tonight you're here in the Who's Who in Diversity in the city of St. Louis. So, what can you expect from this program, or what is your expectations with this program?
Well, this program is terrific. And you know, we all know this, but diversity really is what makes St. Louis so special. That's why most of us live here. You know, like the 28th Ward, the whole city, black, white, rich, poor, gay, straight, young, old, that's what makes the world go round. So I'm really thrilled to be here tonight.
Right, and what else can we expect from you for the city of St. Louis for the next coming years?
Well, we have a lot on our plate. You know, to be a good mayor, you have to be a pretty good multitasker. And so there's a lot going on. You know, we're doing a search for a new police chief. We are working on bringing the Confederate Memorial down in Forest Park. We have been working on minimum wage, airport, so many subjects.
A lot of great things. Well, we look forward to working with you and just seeing a lot of good things coming from you. And thank you for taking time out to interview with us. Congratulations, Sandra, on your award this evening. How does it feel?
I feel very honored, honestly. It's just to know that St. Louis can be a struggling city at times with its diversity and things of that nature. So I'm really proud to just be a part of the recognition and the diversity that St. Louis does have and the people that it encompasses. You know, Hispanics, African Americans, Caucasians, Polish. I mean, we're all one big team.
Right, exactly. And what's your role in this community?
My role in this community is just to be an outstanding member and to guide my young ladies. I have a daughter, so my goal is to just show her the ropes, teach her what a young lady should do, and just diversify her mind with the different types of educational programs she can be encouraged and invited to, and things of that nature. So, yeah.
All right, Danny, thank you for taking time out with us this evening. So I hear that you are one of the writers with the Who's Who Diversity and Color. So what does it take to be a writer for this?
Well, I would say to become a writer, it takes a lot of imagination. You have to sort of be able to think outside the box. And it also takes critical listening skills. You have to be able to listen to the interviews, such as with the people that I was able to interview for the articles. Just sort of taking the time and be a little bit more conversational and sort of listen to the finer details, because I think the finer details are really what make great articles, as opposed to sort of repeating the hard facts that everyone has. You have people like Antonio and Kervin who have been covered by basically every major media outlet. So there's basically everything out there from where they went to school to where they're currently employed at. So that's kind of basic and normal. And I think to really kind of get down and deep, you sort of have to go behind the scenes, ask some of the more personal questions, or just sit back and listen to things like, you know, what they did today, because you can sort of find a golden nugget in that little piece of information.
Nikki, thank you so much for taking time to talk with STL TV this evening. And what do you like about this event?
Well, as you heard in my title, this is what I do. I live, breathe, eat this in regards to diversity and inclusion. And one thing that I love about this event is that it is highlighting individuals within our community across races that provide opportunities for others to be lifted, for others to be educated, and for organizations and institutions to progress, and not just successfully in regards to the outcomes of that business, but the success of individuals from underrepresented populations to have a seat at the table.
And what is your message to others about diversity or just inclusion in this area?
I would say that diversity is good, but we have to move past counting the number and gathering the data and move to a place of inclusion. And inclusion is action. That is allowing those who are in your organizations to have a chance to participate, a chance to contribute, a chance for their voice to be heard. So it is time to stop data collecting and to actually move to action.
All right, Mr. Eric, congratulations on your award this evening. What inspires you with this program with diversity in St. Louis?
Well, our company, UPS, we're big on diversity, and the Who's Who ties in to what everything our company's all about. Well, I make sure that our company does a good job in regards to selecting diversity to give the opportunity for the future at UPS.
Okay, thank you. Any words of advice or encouragement to those out there?
Well, just keep fighting, keep plugging, and just have an open mind when it comes to diversity in the neighborhood.
Thank you.